Hey, what's up everybody? This video is dedicated to teenagers who are feeling suicidal, who have those thoughts, those feelings in their brains where they think that things aren't going right, and they believe that there are certain things in life that set them apart from other people and make them an outcast or don't represent them in the right light. And I'm here to tell you personally that that is not a joke. Someone who has gone through a life experience or has done something that a regular teenager hasn't done. I'm not going to categorize the word regular because that's not something that's really relevant at this point, but adults and parents like to take it as a joke. They like to, like, they take it as a joke and then they say, oh, my son is depressed. Huh, what do you do? I lived in the 70s or the 80s or the 90s when things were a lot worse. That doesn't make any sense. You can't say that. You cannot wake up every day and say, oh, yeah, my son is acting depressed and he's wearing goth clothes, or he's listening to NF, or he's listening to this type of music that just signifies to me that he's not doing well. I'm going to play it off like it's a phase or it's a joke. Absolutely not. Unacceptable. You can't do that. Period. I am in a point in my life right now, as a 14, 15-year-old kid, I cannot, function like I used to be able to. I have gone through life experiences that just, it's just thrown me down. I have no idea. I've never been, I have depression, I go to sleep every night, hoping that there's something that'll take the pain away. And here's the thing is, I don't want to kill myself. People like me, they don't want they don't want they don't want death. They don't want to kill themselves. They just want the relief. A kid who's in poverty, a kid who's poor, a kid who has seen some stuff, a kid who has done anything in that category, and you know that he's going through something. You cannot play it off like a joke. It isn't a phase. It isn't something that they're just doing for attention. You can make the distinction between a kid who is doing it for attention and a kid who wants to kill themselves. I know a kid right now, down the road, who has cuts on his arms and his mom won't even notice it. I know kids all over who just are not happy with their lives, and they're not wealthy either. These kids are definitely not wealthy. Their parents don't care about them. Their parents aren't there to be a friend. Their parents think they're liars all the time. Here's the way kids work. Don't be a friend to your kid, or you're not there for the beginning of your kid's life. Your kid's going to hate you. You get in your kid's life, then what is he going to do? He's going to lie and backstab you. You wonder why he's lying and backstabbing you? He's lying to you constantly because he's afraid of what you're going to say when he tells you the truth about something, unless you're confronted about it, And then what happens later? You lock them down because they're lying to you. What does that do? It makes them even more depressed. It makes them not want to be out in the open. It makes them want to be alone. And then what happens from there? Kids want to be alone, but being alone is what kills kids. Point blank. Kids want to be alone, but being alone is what kills us. Like me. I had a 3-hour thought about this tonight. Being alone is exactly what I want, and it's what I want to feel like. I want to be by myself, but being by myself is what makes me want to die. It's what makes me want to just end it. Point blank. So before you look at a person my age or anyone like that and say, oh yeah, it's just a phase, or yeah, it's just a joke, don't. This is a PSA for parents. Don't. Listen to your kids. Get help. Do anything you have to do to make them feel like they're not in a state where they want to die, because legally you do not want them to go down legally as a kid who wants to kill themselves. The system will take your kid and take his rights away. Period. Anyone who wants to kill themselves and gets help from the public or the government gets their rights taken away because they deem them a harm to society or a harm to other people. Help them yourself. Be a parent. Be a friend to your kid. Be a friend. It helps a lot. Point blank. Kids think that, not kids, parents like to believe that it's materialistic, that kids only want things that come in materialistic form. They don't. Jimmy down the road, is not real, but Jimmy down the road doesn't want an iPhone. Like, he might, but he doesn't. Like, he does, but he doesn't. He doesn't want a new computer. He doesn't want all this stuff that he's asking for. He wants his emotions to be in order. He wants to feel happiness. And he thinks that getting these materialistic objects and doing all this with other people is going to make him happy. And that's all the kid's looking for. No. You have to be there for your kid emotionally, or your kid's gonna hate you. Point blank. I want to be there for myself. I want to have faith in myself. I want to trust myself. I want to do everything for myself, but it's hard when I can't stand myself. So I'm going to leave this on that note, but this is all to the parents out there who think that it's a joke, play it off as a scam, or like a sham, or whatever you want to call it, So I was just going to leave it off there, and thank you,